Well, it had to happen, didn't it? I have been buzzing for weeks now. And then suddenly, one day, I woke up and it's gone. It's vanished. And I'm like this. I'm lying in bed in the morning, albeit that it's 3 a.m. and I should be getting up. Well, I shouldn't be getting up, but I have been getting up, and I don't want to break that cycle because I quite like being up at 3 a.m. in the morning and getting things done. But when your buzz has gone, when your hyperfocus, hyperactivity has gone, it's really difficult to get it moving again. Now, I have been like this all of my life. I go in peaks and troughs, but I've never had a reason for it. I've always thought that I had some sort of, depressive type brain. I get really busy. And of course now that I've got Addison's disease, which you do have to guard your energy, although I don't. But you do get peaks and troughs with that. You use it all up, and then you have a period of intense fatigue. But I never thought that it could be something else. It could be something that I didn't know about. And since getting that diagnosis of ADHD, I thought, I wonder if that's what it is. So I Googled it. I said, I'm a 69-year-old woman, I have ADHD, and I have been hyperfocused for over 3 weeks. And suddenly I have nothing. I feel in a slump. I feel unmotivated, frankly irritable, which is just a horrible thing to be. Irritable, unmotivated, tired. It's taken me an hour to get up the motivation to make this video. It's a horrible thing. I'd much rather be firing on all cylinders and rushing around, and that's my happy place. I feel fabulous. I feel like Wonder Woman. But this is the other side of it. This is what happens when you have 3 glorious weeks of getting stuff done and then somebody pulls the plug on you. And then what do? So, as I say, I Googled it. Well, actually, I Googled it, but then I put it into ChatGPT. I said, why do I feel like this? And you know what? It was very interesting. I really like to know why I feel like I do when I have something that I have. So I looked on ChatGPT, and apparently it's because I've used up all my dopamine. I'll read you what it says. So bear with me if I'm not looking at you. Right, it says, why the cycle happens. Dopamine dysregulation. That means, we're not using it right. ADHD brains have irregular dopamine signal. ADHD brains have irregular dopamine signaling, the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, reward, and focus. During hyperactive phases, that's when I'm Superwoman, dopamine levels surge, leading to high energy, productivity, and creativity. And boy, what a ride it is. If only I could be like that forever. Unfortunately, when dopamine drops, the brain experiences a crash. And that's what it feels like. It feels like I have been going 90 miles an hour and suddenly some rotten so-and-so puts a brick wall in front of me and doesn't give me a warning. And I hit it. You can just imagine, can't you, what it's like. So that's what's happening. Hyperfocus is the bit I call my superpower, or prolonged activity can cause physical and mental exhaustion. And you know what? That's exactly what it feels like. I feel flat as a pancake. It's very difficult to motivate myself to even put makeup on my face. And believe you me, I really do need it. I am lacking patience. Little things that would just go by me in normal circumstances, I find irritating. Did you know, and I'm still going to read it to you because I haven't got any capability of remembering it. It says, aging and neurochemical changes. Dopamine production naturally declines with age, approximately 10% per decade after the age of 40. So that means I've already lost 30% of it. Nearly. This means the highs and lows of ADHD energy cycles can become more pronounced later in life. Oh, the joy. Well, I can say that is correct because I just thought that I was just getting more and more depressed in these tiny cycles that I have. But now I realise that I need to be patient, which in this phase I don't have much of it. And I have to wait until my body drip feeds dopamine into my system again so that I am full. Now, if you've ever wondered why you go through all these cycles like me, it's incredibly frustrating because you love the highs, but you hate the lows. But what I can tell you is whether or not you're diagnosed, whether you have ADHD or not, it's a way of life. You just know it. If you're experiencing that, it's not because you're unmotivated, you're lazy or whatever. It's because it is a cycle. It's a problem with a non-neurotypical brain, which is probably what you've got. And it is worse after the menopause. So what I'm trying to say is that even if you're not diagnosed, but you know you have it, be kind to yourself because it's not your fault. The dopamine will drip feed gradually into your system again, and you'll start to feel focused and you'll start to feel buzzy and you'll get tons of stuff done again. But in this period of slump, you just have to imagine the little drips of dopamine going into your brain to make you better again, and be patient. Now, I know I'm not the best one to say that because I have very little patience when I'm like this. But when you know it's not really you, it's the ADHD, doesn't that make you feel better to know why you feel like you feel? Anyway, if you have been, thanks for watching. Lots of love. Bye-bye.